While the likes of Glenn Close, Kaluuya and Zendaya were quietly escorted into Union Station on Sunday for the 93rd Academy Awards, a different kind of procession was unfolding around the corner, Angelenos struggling to find a COVID-19 testing site that had been relocated from the front of the transit station to the backside of the complex to accommodate Oscars festivities. "It was hard for us to find it," said Wendy Moncada, who was accompanying her boyfriend to the testing site about an hour before the 5 p.m. telecast kicked off. "The whole parking situation was difficult, and there was no drop-off or pickup. The main entrance to the station was closed, so approaching the usual way from Alameda Street was impossible. Motorcycle police, security personnel, chain-link fencing and concrete blockades rendered buildings inaccessible from the front or sides. The only way in was about half a mile away, through a dingy underpass on Cesar Chavez Avenue." A staff member for Curative, which runs the testing site and relocated it April 1, called the move a fiasco. The employee asked not to be identified because the employee was not authorized to comment. "Hollywood has long been accustomed to the extremely restrictive and imposing security that accompanies the Oscars, as hordes of work crews and so many celebrities have descended on the Dolby Theatre every year since 2002. At Union Station, not so much. During the surreal year of the pandemic Oscars, the Hollywood bonanza seemed distinctly out of place around a public LA landmark that's a Tiffany diamond choker's throw away from an encampment of homeless people in Junipero Serra Park and across from historic Olvera Street, which has had the life and music drained out of it during the pandemic. Reporters who normally would be in gowns and suits milled about in jeans and marginally fancy shirts. Gone were the glitterati making elaborate entrances on the red carpet, the overworked publicists, the crazed assistants and the rows of shrieking fans. Some residents of the adjacent mosaic at Union Station Apartments were angry at the weeks-long lead up to the ceremony, which they said cut off access to the station and brought inconvenience and noise. "For weeks it has been a nightmare of construction before dawn every single day," said Dana Wilkie, who stood in her window next to a large pink sign emblazoned with "Oscars suck. We pay thousands of dollars to live here and they treat us like prisoners." On the sidewalk below, Ash Panna called the situation a boondoggle and said it had been drastically mismanaged. "A lot of this is just terrible planning, and it's removing access to a